I'm sure everybody's as busy as I am sometimes, with a full day ahead of us. I like to make my dinners usually earlier in the morning and try to get that done so it's ready for the afternoon. Doesn't always happen, but today I am making the Sunday pot roast because today is kind of like our family day, and who says pot roast has to be for Sunday only? So today I'm going to heat up my 12-inch cast iron skillet, and you want to get it really nice and hot. I have a chuck roast here. We get our beef from a farmer. We buy like a quarter cow every 6 months. So I have a chuck roast ready here. I did rub it down with oil and put some kosher salt and pepper on it. I have my carrots and my potatoes all cut up and ready to go. I'm using my prep bowls. I have my onions sliced up, my Worcestershire. Now I heat with minced garlic. I buy it pre-minced. And I have my bouillon ready to go. And I actually heat and use this Better Than Bouillon brand bouillon. They have it in chicken, beef, ham flavor, vegetable flavor. They really make a nice broth for your soup or gravy, anything like that. So I'm going to get the chuck roast into the pan. Now, as you can see, my pan is nice and hot. And what I want to do is I want to sear the meat and brown it on both sides for 6 minutes each side. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sear both sides, and I'll come back and I'm going to throw it all together for the oven. So while I'm waiting for my chuck roast to sear, I'm going to flip it over in a minute or two. A couple of things. So I used to make pot roast the traditional way. I would buy a rump roast or a bottom round roast. I'd throw it in my crock pot and I would slow cook it all day. And what I have found recently, and not so much when you're buying your beef from a farmer, but more so when you're buying your beef from the grocery store. I don't know about you, but it seems like when it's time to eat dinner, you pull the pot roast out of the crock pot and it looks like it shrunk to high heaven. And sometimes you're kind of worried, am I going to have enough meat to feed the family? So what I have done is I started using this recipe by Joanna Gaines for Sunday pot roast. And I swapped out my normal bottom round roast or rump roast, and I switched over to using a chuck roast. And let me tell you, it's like night and day. I will never go back to doing it the other way. I would always use a rump roast. Now this bakes in the oven. You kind of sear your meat, you put it all together, you pop it in the oven, and you're going to bake it in the oven for about 3 or 4 hours until your meat is falling apart. I do flip it over, the chuck roast, halfway through the baking time, just so that both sides are getting cooked evenly. And the end result is a delicious Sunday pot roast dinner that tastes like it's been cooking all day. And the leftovers are phenomenal as well. And even the marbled fat in the meat turns out to be delicious. So I'm going to flip over my chuck roast. You can't really see it, but there's a beautiful dark, like brownish kind of sear on that side. Now I have a regular 12-inch frying pan, and I found that that lid fits on my 12-inch cast iron skillet really nice, and that's what I use in the oven. So the nice thing about the cast iron is not only is it for the stove top, you can use it in the oven, you can use it on the grill or on an open fire. Later I will post my final result of my Sunday pot roast dinner. So all I have to do is sear the other side of my meat, throw all of my ingredients in there. All you're going to do is throw them in the pot, mix it up a little bit, put the lid on it, bake it 3 or 4 hours, and you have a perfect dinner. See you later.